Hi, Dagobert from Dagbert's Tackle World here for the 6th and 7th of November 2021. Talking about the fishing report for this weekend. Well, tomorrow, guys, it is perfect weather compared to what we've been having, absolute crap. So, tomorrow is the day to go ashore. We'll start off offshore fishing off the Gold Coast, and I'd be definitely looking at going out to the 24 fathom reef straight at the front, or the 18 fathom reef. If your boat's not too big, you got to run in tide in the morning. The swell's not too bad at this stage, but please check in the morning because it can change overnight. And I'll be chasing snapper, okay? And I'll be concentrating on float lining with pillies, half pillies, full pillies, very small sinker, and fishing the reefs, either anchored up and burling up, chopping up pillies into little pieces and fishing really small sinkers down the belly trail. Other way is to drift and either use your electric or back up with your motor into the wind. Now the wind in the morning is not too bad. I think until around about 10 o'clock it's only like 6 to 8 knots. So that's what they're saying. And from the sort of north, and maybe a bit of west at the morning, it'll swing around to the north, northeast. The weather looks really good, guys. And then if you get offshore out wider, the 36 fathom reefs, been fishing not too bad for snapper as well. There's been a few kingies and amberjacks even on the 36 fathom reef east of Seaway, but northeast has been more snapper. And for those who get to the 50 fathom reefs, there's been kingies and there's been amberjacks and pearlies in the area and out a bit further. Lots of snapper down east of the Seaway on about 2800, 2801, 2802 and 153.46 longitude. Lots of snapper at the moment still. A few dolphin fish around the fads out there as well, and lots of little dolphin fish, but a few big ones as well. So getting back to in close, if you want to have a shot at muck around in the morning with your soft plastics as well, guys, and I'd be definitely trying the Docan jigs. I push these things every week because they just are ridiculously good. Okay, these things just kick butt. And if you're going to get out wider to the 36 or 50 fathom reefs, sort of fish something around that 80 up to 120 gram size. They just really kick butt, okay? You catch everything on, I think we've caught 12 or 15 different species now. The other thing's been happening at the moment, I had a few guys in today going crazy on the jigs, particularly on this brand, which are full Japanese made, hita hita. Hita hita means flutter flutter in Japanese, and these things do flutter. I know. And they are really, really good. We sell all the hooks and rigs to make them up. We can help you out to make them up, show you how to make it up. They come in 200 and 250 grams. Oh, sorry, 150 and 200 grams, sorry. But that's heaps enough. They go down just like a sword through the water, and they smack it. And the Kings have been out fishing. The guys that have been using these are out fishing any other brand they got in their box. Okay, they come in a heap of different colours. There's like 8 colours or something. They're really good. Other standbys that have been working really well is Samakis. The salts are really good. This fellow here, they come in an array of different colours. You want to be fishing, as I said, around that 150 to 200 gram size if you're out on the 50 fathom reef. So kingies, amberjack, the fish are getting caught at the moment, guys, are like landing up to 20 kilos, getting smashed over 20, getting sharked over 20 kilos. Lots of sharks out there. But the fishing is just incredible. So the current at the moment is not too bad. You may get wind driftage and you think, oh, the current's ripping, but that's not the current, it's the drift, it's the wind. And just back up into it. The current is pretty well, at the moment, not too bad. Even though we've got massive tides and a new moon, it doesn't matter, the fishing is extremely good with the little bit of current that's happening. The current does pick up a bit on Sunday afternoon, and so does the weather, it gets crud. But so if you're going to go tomorrow, go Saturday, sorry. And maybe Sunday morning, if you're lucky and close, you might get it in as well. It's probably not going to tell you if offshore. Oh, sorry. There's been a few dolphin fish around all the fads I was saying earlier, but just keep an eye. Don't keep too many of those little ones, guys. Let them grow up a little bit. They grow really quick. A couple of weeks' time, they'll be bigger again. If you want to try and get yourself a good dolly, though, try trolling out trolled skirts away from the fads, or even besides the fads if you want. But just look for current lines and look for debris in the water that's floating, and troll those current lines, and that's how you get your bigger dolphin fish this time of the year, and they're good size. They're like 10, 15 kilo ones, okay? They're just starting, and we've got a whole 4 or 5 months of full-on pelagic season coming up. And we're actually doing a dolphin fish seminar on the 18th of this month, so Thursday the 18th. If you want to book in for that one, just give us a call at the shop here and we can book in. It's a great one, and the boys will give you the details on all the costs and what's involved. Blue marlin fishing, for you guys going out getting ready for the up and coming competition, which the Gold Coast Game Fish Club is running on the, I think it's on the 7th and 8th, I think it is. Sorry, folks. I think that's the dates. Check on that though. So that's a big game comp coming up later in the month. The comp is based on points per marlin, which is a bit of a tricky one because normally you don't get many little blacks, but because it's been postponed because the weather was terrible a couple of weeks ago and they're going to do it, it means that you may have a few black marlins starting to show up. So it may be an opportunity for even smaller boats to fish this competition, unless they make it at over 100 metre depth competition. I don't know if they will or have done that. I need to check. But if they haven't, you might do it right out of a tinny, catch the little blacks, and it's 35k in cash up for grabs, okay, in the total prize pool, so not too bad. So that's about it for offshore fishing, guys. Can't spam crab at the moment because it's closed season until about 12:01 a.m. on the 16th of December. Okay, let's get on to inshore. Okay, inshore. Well, flatties and more flatties. So we've got a big flatty comp coming up next weekend, the 14th on Sunday, which is held by the Gold Coast Sport Fishing Club. It's called the Flatty Dash for Cash, and that one is a cash competition, but there are some prizes as well, obviously. But it's all a prize pool based on how many angles they get that fish the competition, and I think it's $75 a head, 2 or 3 man team, and it's a 1 day comp, and you can fish I think anywhere in the Broadwater or Jumping Pin area, similar to the rules of the Flathead Classic, but it's your 5 biggest fish. Okay, so you'll be fishing obviously in the bigger fish area, not for the numbers area. So don't go for 40 little ones. You want to go for 4 big ones or 5 big ones, and try and do well. So tomorrow morning I'll be going for a quick cloudy fish myself, just for a bit of a pre-fish around the joint. I will be using 100% some of these ones which we used in the recent Flatty Classic. We had a couple of samples to test out. These are a lure from Rapala, a new one, and they absolutely smack it. We do use big lures as well, like the Athlete, which you've seen us catching fish on YouTube on these fellows. These are a fantastic lure. If you look at the size difference though, it's quite substantial, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to catch any bigger fish. I prefer to use the little lures. I cast them a lot better. I don't need as heavy gear, and my action is a lot more finesse, which I can really work the lure really well. And I think that's important sometimes when you're fishing for flatties on the flats. They do a lot of little natural colours in that as well. Heaps and heaps of different colours. There's about 10 colours actually. But yeah, we've got all those in stock and they're great, they're fantastic. So they're casting up at the flats, which means getting up on the high tide, right up close where the bank gets touches the mangroves, when the water touches the mangroves on high tide, and you cast them right up shallow and just slowly twitching it back, twitch, and working it back, and you do really well. They're really big fish, okay? They've got nowhere to go except for sand, so to lose them, the only way they can lose them is if they shake the lure out, they do their head shakes. That's up to you guys to control that and work with it. But definitely that's the way you get your bigger fish. As the tide drops, we switch more to like using plastics and stuff like that, or vibes, and fishing the deeper water. Works really well. Shrimps are really good too, like this type of thing here. Really good. But yeah, so switch in that situation. So flatties are definitely the go at the moment. Whiting, heaps of whiting around. I went out again this week and did really well. They're good fish, sort of up to nearly 40 centimetres, and just on beach worms actually, not even bloodworms, just beach worms. They did quite well. So anywhere around Jumping Pin, around Banana Bank, and Gold Bank, and Slipping Sands, and around the bedroom heading down towards Tipplers. Brim, corner Short Island and the corner of Crusoe, and Taylor, they've been a little bit quiet, but there's been some really big ones in the surf. For those of you who got out last Saturday morning, it was meant to be blowing 20 knots, but it was blowing about 2. And some guys fished offshore, casting back into the surf. Got some really good tail up to about 70 centimetres, some really big ones actually. So again, using this type of thing, okay, did really well. But the tail is sort of slowing down inside the bar at the moment. The bait fish sort of slowed down a little bit as well, and the water's warming up and the tail are heading back down south a bit. So yeah, give that a go. Down towards the Broadwater end of town, I definitely say for flatties, fish the sea whale on the walls. Perhaps that's to go next week in the competition as well, fishing the south and north wall of the seaway, casting right up on shell up onto the rocks and working it back down the ledges. I'll be using plastics, all this sort of shrimp type of thing, and working it hard. And then you could work the banks around sort of in front of Aqua Building, in front of Bigger Creek, and around Crab Island with those big hard body lures we showed you before. You give that a go as well. Whiting around the Broadwater, back-away break's fantastic at the moment. The tide is a little bit early at the moment. You need that sort of low tide at daylight and fish the first to run in tide right on early. But give it a crack late afternoon on that first to run in tide around I think it's around maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon this weekend. Give that a go. Might be worth a go with the Abbeys. Unweighted, no sinker. Okay. Squid. It's a good time for squid this weekend. You got high tide sort of 9 in the morning tomorrow and 10 on Sunday. I would definitely be having to go for squid, especially tomorrow if not much wind around. These are some new colours out from the Shimano stable in the Easel, which is, you all know, it's my favourite squid jig. These are 3 new colours which I think are going to do really, really well. You can see those there. In 3 sizes, of course, 2.5, 3 and 3.5. The little fellows will I be working, casting, and these bigger ones like 3 and 3.5 is what I'd be putting in my rod, just drifting just on the bottom or just off the bottom, and they're called a sleeper, and they just jump on them and they hook themselves up. I do put a little bit of S factor on the body. I don't know if that helps, but it definitely works for me. Or a little bit of Eggy Glow, Eco Gear, squid attractant spray works really well as well. Give that a go, folks. Nerang River, it's been fishing well for jacks around Benoa. I'll be trying up around Benoa Waters, Carrara, and heading up towards the lock there at heading up into Clear Island Waters, all around that sort of area and the bridges, and definitely around Runno Bay in the canals around all the house pontoons, and around Paradise Point, same scenario. And if you can get up around the back of the rivers, sort of heading up towards Century Cove, not in Century Cove, but in that area, and Santa Barbara is a good area as well. So give the Mango Jacks a go. They'll be definitely probably Sunday afternoon if it's blowing a howling northerly, it's hot and maybe stormy, and you've got low tide up that far up the river around about sort of 5 or 6 o'clock. It's a really good jack tide and worth having that shot at, guys, okay? Just so you know too, on jacks, we've got a seminar on next Thursday night on jacks. It will start at 6:30 on Thursday night. That's the 11th, I think it is by memory, of this, this Thursday 11th. Mango Jacks, if you want to book into that one, give us a go as well, okay? That's probably about it on the estuary side of things. Sorry, on the beach, so I'll perhaps give the surf a go for whiting as well, particularly around the Sandpump Jetty, down around Narranac and around just in front of SeaWorld there. The little holes at SeaWorld's disappeared, now it's filled up, so but the whiting's still in the vicinity, and there's plenty of beach worms in that area, so I can catch my beach worms as well. Down further south, yeah, always around sort of Mermaid and even Broadbeach, there's a good whiting as well off the beach this time of the year, and plenty of dart as well, guys. You might get a tailer if you've got bait in the gutters. You might be worth spinning a tailer lure out and giving it a shot as well. Crab wise, A few sand crabs around. The tides are huge this weekend, so you're probably going to get a little bit of weed in your pots, but you will get crabs though. I'll be trying anywhere along the western foreshore, particularly down around Effron Island, Sovereign Island, and around maybe from Aqua Building down to Lotus Creek. Give that a go. And maybe around the Gold Coast Bridge. Okay, and muddies, it's not really happening just yet, folks. There's a few around, but we need lots of rain, and we need probably another 2 months yet. I think they're all out at sea spawning at the moment. That's what I hear at the moment, but I don't know if it's true or not. But I have seen them out at sea swimming along out in the middle of nowhere. But apparently at this time of the year, this is when they do it. So we'll soon find out. And they come back inside and go back up the creeks, and then they get flushed out about February, and that's when we catch them all. So yeah, give that a go. Freshwater, okay, there's been a few bass around. I haven't heard big lots because last weekend was atrocious. Sunday was like 40 knots of wind. Not many guys got up the dam, but my thinking would be this weekend at Nautilus, the barometer's not too bad, although there is a bit of a low coming through with rain on, I think, Sunday and Monday. But before that, if you can get up the dam, probably fish around the boat ramp on the northwestern side, near the quarry, or at the back side, Marjabra side at the back amongst the timbers. Give that a go. And that's probably about all I can tell you on the freshwater scene. Just remember, guys, if you want to listen just to a particular part of what we're doing, I'll be looking at three sections in this little scenario you see here on this YouTube. You got offshore, estuary, and obviously freshwater, and you can click on whichever one of those you want to click on. And please don't forget to tell your friends about our YouTube page as well. And just to let you know too, we're changing the format, so that's why I'm a bit thinking ahead tonight and a bit weird. But I will be letting you guys know that starting next week on Monday, just like a few days time, what we're going to do is we're going to do just the video report on a Friday night, which will come out and it'll be on YouTube and then linked to Facebook. And when you click on the Facebook, you just click on the link and it goes back to YouTube, and you can watch it live, just like we've done now. And that'll give you an idea what to do. But on the Monday, we'll do Monday night. Will come out like the standard Facebook written report. So it won't actually be on the Friday night. It'll be on the Monday. But we will do one tonight, and we'll do one again on Monday. Okay. But every week it'll be no more Fridays. It'll only be the YouTube one, which you can see now, and the written one will be come out on a Monday night. So the idea of that is that we get all the reports from over the weekend from many customers that fill us in what they've been catching, plus we go out ourselves, and we get a lot more photos, and that way you guys can sort of, okay, that's what we've caught, and you can plan that whole week for the next weekend, because when we do it Friday night, you got jack crap time to even think about what you're going to do, because it's already been and gone. So I'm sorry about that, but it's just, I think it's the best way to do it. So in future, it'll be Friday nights will be the YouTube link, and on Monday nights will be the written report for you to prepare for the next weekend. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's Douglas Tackle World here on the Gold Coast at number 8 Centreview Drive, Bigger Waters, just behind Harbour Town. I hope you guys enjoy fishing. Get out there and do it. And for those of you going north too, if you're going up north up to the reef or anything, we all do that. We all fish up there as well. We're probably up there about 3 times a year as well, so we know what goes on. Welcome to pop in, and we can fill you in on all the gear you need and tell you how to do it, and welcome to ask us any questions on any fishing. That's our life. Okay, thank you very much. That's Doug Brett from Douglas Tackle World. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.